Hello, and thank you for clicking on this video. So I wanted to ask you, what is God working in you right now? Now, of course, different people will have different reactions to this question. You may already know, you may have no clue, you may not even believe in God. But stick with me here, because really, what we're doing down here in the physical, while we're here for a temporary time, is learning lessons, basically, through experiences. No matter what you do, no matter what you've done in life, you can have an idea about something or about an experience, but until you experience it, you really don't know. And hopefully all of you watching right now understand what I'm saying by that. Well, that's true. That's truth. I mean, you can have an idea from the outside, but until you actually do it or experience it or in those shoes, you really don't know. And again, I've mentioned many times, we're not our physical body. This is a temple holding us. We are our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, our morals, our ethics, all that stuff. Our decisions, our desires, all the stuff that you really don't see is really what we are. And everything here in the physical is really, you can think of it as really like a tool. They're tools to use, okay? And your body is the most precious, because that's what houses us and allows us to interact in this physical world and all that stuff, right? But there's always lessons going on, even when we're not aware of it. And that's why, I've said many times, keep in mind that if God allows something, no matter how painful it is, or no matter how much you wish you didn't, you fought against something or didn't want to go through something, there's always an expected end that's good. There's always something to take from it that will last. It will stick with you for eternity, make you stronger, make you, wiser, all that stuff. Break down illusions, gain more truth. That's all important stuff. And of course, really don't forget about all the joyful things too. Of course, it's not just working to learn, but it's also all the blessings we get. So I wanted to ask you, what is God working in you right now? Because there's always different seasons. There's seasons where we're working on things we don't want to really face. There's seasons that we're working on things that are very tough, and seasons where we're going through some things that are painful. But there's definitely seasons of blessings and joy and great surprises and great experiences, right? And so I'm asking you, to share actually in the comments, please. What is God working in you right now? For example, he's been really, and this is the thing too, because this really, to expand it, not get so specific, but to expand it out more in general, like God works on you. And my cousin used the great example of it. It is exactly like this. And I've heard other people say it too, but it works like the baggage and all this stuff of the world. And when you're of the world, like when you're in the world and you think your physical body is all you are and all that, the worldly thinking, there's a lot of baggage and pain and stuff that we can carry with us. Sometimes people, hold grudges, hold anger, a lot of unforgiveness, and we need to forgive, because we can't expect to be forgiven for what we've done, and we've all messed up, if we don't forgive. Okay, so keep that in mind. Side note, different video. But, we get all these layers of stuff, starting at a young age, really. And so when God's working on you or with you or in you, um, he will take away your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Like, but to do that, there's layers. It's like an onion. That's my point. That was the comparison. My cousin and I've heard other people say it. It really is like layers of an onion being peeled back, because you're facing something and you're realizing something. But once you have that breakthrough, once you do overcome, once you're through that fire, and then at least for me, it seems like there's that joyful time, that blissful time, that weight that's been lifted. A layer of the onion has been peeled away completely. But the thing about onions is there's another layer to work on. And sometimes you can't even see that layer until you pull off the top layer before it. Does that make sense? So the more you learn, the wiser you get, the more truth you see, and more you experience God and all that, and you walk this path trying to be love in every moment and live in the moment. Don't get snared. The more you realize things that, like personally for me, that I used to give no thought to, that now I'm aware of, that's really not being like a part of love. It's not coming from a place of love, okay? A lot of things that we just, as humans in the flesh, on the worldly thinking, just take for granted, and it's like you don't even see this stuff. But once you start peeling those, and God works with you on this, but once that layer of the onion's taken away, then you're free from it. You really are free from it. Like I've talked before. Like if you try to say change a habit on your own, like really on your own, it's hard. You're fighting yourself. It's painful, right? But literally, when you do it with God, of course you have to still go through it. But once you do overcome it, once you get to that other place, the other side of it, with the right place in your heart and mind, and lesson learned and truth understood, then he frees you. He peels it away like it doesn't even exist. It doesn't bother you anymore. It's a weight lifted. There's nothing holding you down, nothing holding you back, nothing reminding you, and nothing gnawing at your flesh. And sometimes it's the demons that are attached to us, because those are real. I've mentioned those before. I had at least one. Actually, I had a couple that I know of now that were really attached to me, really since I was a teenager. And but God showed me through dreams, like real dreams, like this. Like I don't remember. I talked about this. I don't remember dreams, but He definitely showed me through a couple different dreams. But anyways. But once that's gone, it's literally gone. Like gone. But once that's gone, and then like I said, you have that party, that celebration, that blissfulness, because that weight's gone, you feel more free, and it's like, hallelujah. And then it's the next layer of the onion to work on. And the thing is that's what we're here to do. Now, the thing is too, is don't put extra pressure and barriers on yourself, because He loves you. There's a purpose, and He's with you, and He's the Almighty, okay? He gave us free will, so we have our own free will, but it's not like the worldly thinking where, like, you need to pass a test necessarily. It's not like that. It's just really, because we are eternal, okay? And there's lessons that we'll always learn. We'll always be growing, because we're talking about an infinite God and an infinite creation, okay? But anyways, I wanted to, ask you this question to really kind of make you aware of it, because no matter if you believe in God or not, we all go through the trials and tribulations. We all go through tough times and good times, and so it doesn't matter what man-made label. If you call it God working with you, if you just call it life or whatever. Like I said, God is love. God is peace. God is truth. God is joy. Those things are God. So if you love those things, you love God. It doesn't matter if you have labels, like they're not separate. There is no separation. So we're all working on something, okay? Even if we're not really aware of it. And sometimes we don't see it until we already get through the fire. We don't see the fire. Until we already get that layer of the onion peeled off. We really didn't see that layer of the onion peeled, before it was peeled off. But I want to really bring it up to your awareness and ask you that question. And please share in the comments below. And your thoughts just on what I've said too. I mean, your comments on that too, or questions or anything like that. If you like the video, please thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Ring-a-ding-a-ling that bell for notifications to let you know when I upload videos. And as always, stay strong and God bless.